Hi, let's explore the concept of not being able to read someone. Now, you might think that you're very hard to read, or if you're a reader, maybe someone has said that to you, that no one can read me. I'm really hard to read. Have you heard that from someone? So let's look at, first of all, from the vantage point of the reader. So if you have heard that, if someone has said to you, no one can read me, I'm really hard to read. As a reader, particularly someone that is starting out on their journey, that can be confronting. Can be like, whoa, like now that's just, now maybe I can't read them because no one else can read them. So maybe I also can't read them. Don't do that to yourself. This is what I want you to do instead if you are confronted with that. Just pause. Check in with yourself and ask yourself, have I been able to conduct a reading up until this point? Have I been able to do that with someone? Even if it's only one person, have you been able to do that with someone before? If your answer is yes, then you should be able to read anyone. Now, there is a caveat to that, and this is really interesting. And that's what I want to spend some time on. Based on how this works, based on that we are all energy, when energy comes near each other, it can't help but to be able to discern, feel the vibration of the frequencies that it's connecting with. It either likes it, doesn't like it. And through our learning, we understand what the words match each vibration. That's why we do training, so we actually understand what the vibrational match is for everything that we feel and to find the words that we have to put on that. So the fact that someone says, you can't read me or no one can read me, it's not actually true. Everyone can be read. Everyone can be read. Now, the caveat is this, and this is what I find really interesting. When I have witnessed it, because I've watched it, I've seen it in student readings, where someone will say that. I've also seen it in a professional sense where someone says, no one can read me. And first of all, I look at the ego that shows up in that space, because you'll notice it. They're like, oh, no one can read me, like as if it's something special. But they don't have the awareness of what that actually tells us. And because they don't know, they really don't know technically how it works. That it's coming from their physical heart, the vibration that comes out of us. We all emit energy from our physical heart. Our bioelectronic magnetic field comes out from our heart. Now, that's a different frequency for everyone, and how far it comes out is different for everyone. But everyone has a heart, and everyone emits that frequency. It's part of how we discern our environment. There's a whole lot of reasons why it's super important. So when someone says, no one can read me, I'm like, what? Even if you're not breathing, you're still energy. So what it actually tells you is, one is the level of ego. So if you're confronted with that as a reader, the level of ego that is showing up. Feel into that, discern that. The other thing, what it also demonstrates is where that person is in the healing that is required. Because if someone has had a challenge with reading someone, it's because that the client, they are actually, their heart and the openness of their heart energy is not at the level that other people are at. Also, it tells us the level of stress that they're holding in their body, whether it's conscious or not, because that changes the way the heart operates and the amount, how far it projects energy out, and the wavelengths of that with our stress level. That's what it's actually telling us. So when someone says that, that's what they're telling us. They're telling us the level of stress they're under, the level of healing they require, the level of blocks, emotional blocks that are sitting within their field, and their level of trauma that is within their field. They wouldn't label it that way. They may not even be conscious of that's how it shows up. But that's what's going on. So if you're ever confronted with that as a reader, have compassion for them. Appreciate that this is what is happening. This is the person that is sitting in front of you. And know that that's the place that you have to work from in regards to needing to meet them where they're at. And appreciating that sometimes in that space, as a reader, you might have to show up a little bit differently because of where they're at to be able to help them. And if it's you, if you're the person that's like, I'm really hard to read, that's your amazing opportunity that you now have to be able to go, all right, and now have an illumination around why I'm hard to read. Maybe I need to sit in that, work through what I need to work through to release and heal so I can grow and evolve. Because ignoring what we need to work on, putting it in a box and putting it on a shelf, stops us from growing, which stops us from evolving, which means that as we go through life, we're going to experience it not at the optimized opportunities that it has. So doing the work, acknowledging first of all, and then doing it, creates a whole new reality for us. So as we're kind of considering this and we go, and where do I sit in that space as a client when I am one? How open am I? What do I bring into that space? We all bring energy into every encounter that we come into, every experience. We add to that energy bucket. What are you bringing? What frequency do you come with? And if it's not where you want to be, that's okay. Totally is. Because it means that you have the opportunity to grow. And that's why we're here. It's the whole point, to learn and grow. But without illumination around that, without awareness around that, you're going to miss it. So this could be an uncomfortable conversation for some people that are watching this. But even if it is, if it's triggering something, if even the words that I'm saying are kind of annoying you, you want to poke me in the eye. It's like, I want to stop watching her. She's annoying me. I don't like her anymore. That is your opportunity to go, why? What has she said that's triggered something in me? I still might not want to like her. I still might not want to watch anything she has to say anymore. But lean back and explore within you what that has done. Any response, any emotional response is telling you something about where you are on your level of growth, your consciousness, and your journey. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the growth, and allow the triggers to be your opportunities. Have a wonderful day.